friends, and welcome back to I'll Add It to the List. So today we're going to watch another episode of The Haunting of Hill House. I am very excited to see what happens next. I'm really hoping that we're going to find out what's in the red room and what happened to the mum. I feel like the last episode was kind of leading up to all of this stuff, and I am so excited to see what actually happened because I have a lot of questions so far. And also the fact that Luke has kind of described what he saw in the red room and that he was in the red room. I don't know. I'm just super excited to see what happened. If you haven't already seen, I have watched 1 to 7 of the episodes already, so make sure that you check those out beforehand. The last episode wasn't too scary, so I feel like I have gained possibly unwarranted confidence in myself that I'm not going to be too scared.
I have the app monitoring ovulation, taking temperature and mucus levels. We've been planning and pacing intercourse. It's been very romantic.
Planning and pacing are not the two words you want to hear with intercourse. Also, especially not like straight after saying mucus. Nothing about that's particularly sexy.
How far away are we from your period, Lee?
It's unpredictable, a week, maybe 10 days.
Your cycle's unpredictable?
Is that a problem?
Possibly, possibly not. That and your age are all factors. Over 35, the situation becomes more difficult. Very often it's manageable, but it might be likely that based on your test.
Oh, that would creep me out so much. Like, the idea that someone's just watching you while you and your wife are discussing trying to conceive is just...
Homework, honey.
Oh, it's his mum. So, in the first episode, he told the client that he was seeing that he'd never seen a ghost. So he was just straight up lying because he had seen his mum. Like, I know that he doesn't believe in it, so that's fine. I know that to him, he would just think that those were like delusions and stuff. But the fact that he straight up has said that he's never had a weird supernatural experience until he saw Nellie after she died, that's a lie. Because this is all before Nellie died and he saw his mum.
He didn't have to break the house.
Oh, I don't think he did.
Me neither. Someone ask you what you think, Theodora?
Sorry. It wasn't.
What do you mean?
I mean that suicides can cluster in families, especially twins. If they lose a twin, the odds go up.
Fuck, Theo. Like, you're not wrong, but maybe not the thing to say in this situation. Like, think it, sure, and be alert and mention his mental health, but like maybe don't bring up the multiple suicide things just yet. Literally still at your sister's funeral, so
I'll go look for him.
It's a waste of gas. He could be anywhere.
Yeah, I'll go with you. I got this.
Just wait a bit. We'll see if he's using the car.
Then call me if he does.
What are you gonna do? Drive in circles? Hope he's standing on some corner?
Dad makes me sad. Again, I don't know the whole story. He seems sweet and he seems like he wants to help and is awkward and doesn't know what to say, and I just want them to be a bit nicer to him because he's also grieving, and I don't know. I feel bad for him.
Mom?
What do you mean, sweetheart? Of course you're safe with me.
Mom? Are you okay?
Where are the twins?
Downstairs.
Of course.
Oh, she's scattered. She's scattered really badly.
You sure?
I'm fine, sweetie. I'm fine.
I don't think she is.
You aren't seriously doing
Well,
this.
yeah, I am.
Jesus
Okay, I wasn't
Christ,
well, I
Dad,
just
you're
thought
out of
I-
line.
We might be in the car for a while, and so I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to ask my son about his life. What's wrong with
It doesn't
that?
work that way, Dad.
She used to say she was the kite and I was the line. I think she was a creature of the clouds, and I was a creature of the earth. And she'd say that without me, she'd become tethered and she would float away up into the... And then without her, I would just, crash, just drop right down to the ground. And, But together...
That's such a nice metaphor. Obviously, needing someone entirely for a relationship isn't very healthy. Like, you should be able to exist as your own person without somebody. But the idea of two people being very different and balancing each other out, I just think that's such a nice metaphor, with someone being the grounded one and someone maybe being the dreamy one, the one that is like excited about things, that lifts the other person up. It's just, it's so sad.
And Shirley came along, and from that moment on, we were on the same team. Yeah, I mean, we still fought sometimes, but it was different. We fought with love. She taught me that. Fight with love. Where you're on the same team, even you're in the middle of the fight. During the fight, you're forgiven. There's no fear. There's no danger. You're safe. I hope really you get to experience that sometime. It's a beautiful way to be.
Wow, the writing in this is amazing. I've said that a lot, and I think people that have commented agree. The writing in this is incredible, as is the directing and the acting. But I think something that this program does so well is, normally I find monologues a little bit boring. Like in plays, in films, in programs, if it's not done right, it can just come across quite self-indulgent and just, it doesn't necessarily move the story along. But I think this series does such a good job at doing monologues that are interesting and heartfelt and seem genuine and natural, and also kind of give you information and move the story along. And the older dad in this, I think, is a really good actor. So heartfelt.
Stop. Let's go.
Turn off the porch light. I can't handle trick-or-treaters tonight.
I love you.
You guys have fun.
Yeah, get fucking lost.
Goddamn lights out.
Close the door. Close the door now.
Her skull cracked like a melon.
All right,
She
Steve,
hit the
why don't you
desk.
just...
There was blood all over the library carpet. There were bruises on her upper arms because someone grabbed her pretty hard.
Okay, to be fair, if there is any suspicion for Steve that his dad killed his mum, I can understand him not wanting to be in the same room with him. Like, I thought it was more that Steve thought that he didn't do enough for her mental health. But, like, if he thinks there's a possibility that his dad has something to do with her death, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough that you don't want to talk to him, look him in the eye, be anywhere near him. Yeah, because that's horrible.
I thought so. This must have been Poppy's.
Poppy?
Poppy Hill. She was William's wife. She was insane.
Yeah, maybe don't give your mum that mirror. Just an idea. She's already acting scattered. I would maybe just...
If you really want this to be a surprise for your mom, I'd suggest you don't work on it in your room.
So, Mrs. Dudley knows that this house is, like, creepy and kind of haunted-ish. She's heard her baby screaming that died. She knows that her husband, his mum, kind of went mental from being in this house. So when these things are, like, randomly popping up from past people that lived there and they're going to the children, I would maybe, like, discourage them from keeping the things, right? Like, she told Nellie to keep the star mug. You just said that this woman was insane, and you know this house is haunted, and this mirror thing has just turned up in a room, and he's going to give it to his mum. Like, you don't see anything wrong with that, Mrs. Dudley? You don't think that, oh, maybe I'll just put it back? Don't touch it? Anything that turns up, just don't touch it. So the mold that's happening to Shirley's house is like the mold that was growing on the vanity. And that means that the woman who was insane, who owned the vanity, Poppy, she was the one that possessed the mum. And because the mum was there and she was the one that broke the house, that's why it's all gone. Full circle. I don't know what this is.
Just take the fucking candy and go.
My heart is already racing. Or yeah, no, I got too confident. I'm really scared. Who is this guy? Who is he? And why does he keeps cheering her with his drink?
I choose to live there, Shirley. With you. For you.
Oh, I can't thank you enough.
You ice people out. You always have.
I ice people out? Have you met yourself?
So I chose to live there to help try and keep you warm.
You fucking suck at apologies.
I don't have to live in your guest house. I'm not some
Yeah, I'm sure this is a very valid argument, Theo, but like now is not the time. Maybe just try and get her to listen to what happened and like accept that she's going to be icy right now because she thinks you tried to kiss her husband after lying about the money you got from Steve. So maybe keep the criticism for another day.
I'm an adult. I am a fucking doctor.
You're a fucking slut.
I just need you to know that it wasn't Kevin's fault, and he didn't do anything.
Don't fucking dare defend my husband.
I really want to know what happened. Like, I want Shirley to shut up so I can find out what happened, because I think they were possessed. I said this. They looked like they both woke from some weird, like, dream thing, and they were in a kind of dancing position, and I'm convinced that they were somehow possessed or something, and I want Shirley to shut up so I can find out if I'm right.
No! You do not just get to shove me out of your life!
Did you just punch me in the boob?
No, I'm so scared. My hands are sweating. Oh, I'm so scared. Knocking shouldn't be this scary, but it really is. Like,
because you think that they'll just have the same imaginary sickness.
They would. We all do. Nell was delusional, depressed. Luke's an addict. Shirley is a control freak. And Theo's basically a clenched fist with hair. The whole fucking family is on the brink of a breakdown, seeing things that aren't there, hearing things that aren't there. And that shit happened after the house. It's not the house. There's something wrong with our goddamn brains. So yeah, I'm never having children.
Because Steve believes this to be true, that is quite a good reason not to have kids. Not saying that people who have mental illnesses shouldn't have children, but I could understand if your whole family have had whole histories of mental illness that has resulted in suicide. I could understand you not wanting children.
Vasectomy. Right out of college. And it was the right call, believe me, because if I ever doubted it, some of the bullshit I've been hallucinating this week.
You really did?
Yeah.
Oh, so he didn't tell his wife, and they were trying for a baby, and she was going through all these tests and thinking that she needed IVF, and he knew that he just wasn't gonna have a kid. Well, now we know why they've split up.
She wanted kids, I knew that. I kept thinking I'll tell her later, now's not the time. Then we were engaged, and then we were married, and then we were trying, and she was so upset it wasn't working.
Fucking hell. That is horrendous. I don't think I've ever heard, like, this narrative be told. Of all the lies and deception of a married couple, I think one of you trying for a baby and one of you knowing that you've had surgery that's never gonna let that happen. Like, oh.
So, you want to tell me more about the kite and the line? Just tell me what a shitty husband I was. Go ahead.
That was a shitty thing to do. That was a shitty husband thing to do. I'll tell you.
What? What did he say? I know you're taking a little vacation. I wanted to cheer you up.
Oh, sweetie.
I just noticed that there's stars on the vanity, and there were stars on the cup. Like, I don't know if those are linked. I know that Poppy... I don't think that Poppy was the one that owned the cup, but she might have been. I can't remember. Let me know in the comments down below if the cup that Nell had was also owned by Poppy. But the stars, I definitely think, is a link between them.
Mom?
5 cans, you say?
So he's planning to burn the house down. Let's pray he's burning the house down.
I never built you kids a treehouse.
What? Luke was in there all the time? I used to go fetch him for dinner.
Flipping a house. We were gonna be there maybe 8 weeks. How would I even have the time to build you kids a goddamn treehouse?
Maybe he was already there.
There was no treehouse.
Wait, what does that mean? That the tree house didn't exist, or that the ghost built the tree house? The house grew the tree house? What? I'm so intrigued. What does this mean?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Why don't you listen?
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
I'm
trying to tell you.
I don't need to hear your excuses.
I'm not
or
making
your
excuses.
bullshit.
I saw.
My throat hurts from that scream. That was... I fully dived because I felt like I was being attacked. That has got to be one of the scariest things that's happened in this. Maybe this is just because the last episode wasn't that scary, and I think maybe the one before that wasn't that scary, and I was lulled into a false sense of security, but oh my god.
I touched her, and I felt nothing. And it spread everywhere in me, this nothing, until I couldn't feel anything anymore. And then we're in the basement, and the lights go out. And I can't see. And I can't feel. And then the lights came on, and there he was, and I didn't see him. And I had to do it, because it felt better than nothing. That thorough fucking shame was so much better than that horrible empty nothing. I can't. Shirley, please.
I know I've said it, but the writing and acting and directing in this makes the monologue so good. Like, that could have been so self-indulgent and boring and woe is me, and then it was so good. I am blown away. That was amazing. But, like, I don't know, I was kind of hoping that she was possessed, because that is slightly better than her, like, reaching for Shelley's husband to feel something. I wouldn't want to get back in the car. I know that they've just had a moment, and that's great, and, like, they're going back, but after seeing that, I wouldn't want to go back in the car. I'd be so scared. And they're just walking back like, you know, we're okay. Don't worry about it. We're good. Let's carry on driving. I just realised that Nell had a vision of Luke dying, like bleeding on the roof the night that she died, or the day that she died. And I swear he was wearing this outfit. I swear he was wearing the shirt and the trousers, because I remember thinking that he looked quite formal. Is Luke gonna die? Because I don't think I'm emotionally ready for that at all. Not being careful, you're getting oil all over you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No! Luke, no! Don't do it, Luke. Don't do it. Ah! Oh my god. I swear if Luke dies, I'm not gonna recover. Luke. Well, that was incredible. I think that is so far my favourite episode from this series. Obviously, Nellie's episode was also incredible. I think that's definitely my close second, but this just had so much in it. I think this was the first episode where it wasn't about one character, it was about all of them. We had moments with all of them, and there was the right level of character development and storytelling and some past bits and some incredibly scary bits, and I thought that was so good. That was so good. That was, like, I want to watch the next one now. So guys, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and click that little bell so that you get notifications every time I upload. And if you have any suggestions for films or programs that you'd like me to watch in the future, then make sure to leave them in the comments down below and I'll add it to the list. My heart is still racing from that car scene.